Hook, the man who challenged the impossible. Elon Musk is not just a billionaire. He is not just a businessman. He is a man who looked at the world and said, "This is not enough." While most people were trying to make life comfortable, he was trying to redesign the future of humanity itself. When others were busy creating small apps and chasing quick money, he was building rockets that could land back on Earth, electric cars that could change the planet, and dreaming of humans living on Mars. This is not a normal success story. This is not a story of easy life, luxury, and champagne nights. This is a story of insane risk, painful failures, sleepless nights, and a mind that refused to think small. A story of a man who chose impossible goals and then suffered, struggled, and fought until those goals became reality. People laughed at him. Experts called him crazy. Investors doubted him. Engineers said it cannot be done. But Elon Musk did not listen to noise. He listened to vision. He believed that the future does not belong to those who play safe, but to those who dare to challenge what has never been done before. He risked his entire fortune not once, but multiple times. He stood on the edge of bankruptcy. He faced public humiliation. He faced massive pressure. But instead of quitting, he pushed harder. Instead of slowing down, he accelerated. This is the life of a man who turned impossible into reality, a man who refused to accept limits, a man who decided that humanity deserves a bigger future. And today, you are not just going to watch a story. You are going to witness the mind of someone who changed the world by daring to believe in what others were too afraid to even imagine.
Chapter 1. A Difficult Childhood, a Different Mind. Elon Musk's story does not start with money, success, or fame. It starts in South Africa, in a childhood that was far from easy. He was a quiet, introverted boy who did not fit into the normal school system. Other children did not understand him. He was often bullied, laughed at, and isolated. Many days were filled with loneliness and silence, but inside that silence, something powerful was growing. Instead of playing outside like other kids, Elon spent hours lost in books. He read everything he could find: science fiction, encyclopedias, philosophy, and stories about space. While other children were thinking about toys and games, he was thinking about the universe, the future, and questions like, why are we here? How does the world really work? What is the purpose of life? He was deeply curious, not just about technology, but about existence itself. This curiosity made him different, and being different made life difficult. But instead of breaking him, the pain shaped him. The bullying did not make him weak, it made him stronger, more focused, and more determined to escape ordinary life. At a very young age, Elon discovered computers, and the moment he touched one, he knew this was his world. He taught himself to code, to build, to create. By the age of 12, he had already created and sold his first video game. While other boys were dreaming of being heroes in movies, Elon was already building his own reality. He did not want a normal life. He did not want a safe life. He wanted a meaningful life, a life that could change something, a life that could leave a mark. His childhood pain became his fuel. His loneliness became his focus. His confusion became his questions, and his questions became his vision. This was not just a misunderstood child. This was the beginning of a mind that would one day challenge the entire world.
Chapter 2: The Boy Who Always Thought Bigger. From a very young age, Elon Musk was not like other children. While most kids were happy with cartoons, toys, and simple fun, Elon was already obsessed with technology and the future. He was not just curious, he was deeply hungry to understand how things worked and how they could be made better. When he got his first computer, it changed his life. It was not just a machine for him, it was a doorway into another world. A world where he could build, experiment, and create anything he imagined. He began teaching himself programming step by step, without any big teachers, without any expensive coaching. Just pure focus, patience, and self-learning. By the age of 12, while most children were still trying to understand basic school lessons, Elon created his own video game called Blastar. And he did not just create it for fun, he sold it. This was his first real proof that ideas could turn into money and creativity could turn into power. But the most important thing was not the money. It was the realization. He understood early that he was not made for a normal life. He was not meant to follow a simple path of school, job, and retirement. He wanted more. He wanted to build things that never existed before. He wanted to solve problems that most people were too scared to even think about. He started seeing the world differently. While others saw limits, he saw possibilities. While others waited for instructions, he created his own direction. His mind was always working, always imagining, always planning something bigger. This was the moment when his identity started forming, not as a follower, but as a creator. Not as a dreamer who only imagined, but as a builder who acted. He was already walking on a path that most people never dare to choose, a path of uncertainty, risk, and uncomfortable ambition. And slowly, the boy who thought bigger began transforming into the man who would challenge the impossible. Chapter 3: Leaving Comfort for Opportunity. There comes a moment in every extraordinary life when comfort must be left behind. For Elon Musk, that moment came early. He knew deep inside that staying in South Africa would limit his future. So he made a bold decision to leave his home, his familiar surroundings, and step into the unknown. First, he moved to Canada. Not because it was easy, but because it was a doorway to bigger opportunities. Later, he moved to the United States, the land where technology, innovation, and bold ideas were taking shape. This was not a casual move. This was a calculated risk. He was not chasing comfort. He was chasing possibility. From the very beginning, Elon had a risk mindset. While others searched for stability, he searched for impact. While others wanted safe jobs, he wanted dangerous ideas. He understood one powerful truth. Safety creates average life, but risk creates extraordinary life. He chose innovation over security. He chose uncertainty over routine. He chose the path where failure was possible, but greatness was also possible. His goal was never just to earn money or live comfortably. His goal was clear and powerful, to be part of something world-changing. He did not want to just survive inside the system. He wanted to challenge the system. He wanted to contribute to the future of humanity, not just fit into society's expectations. This decision to leave comfort was not emotional. It was visionary. He was playing a bigger game while others were still playing small. And this is where the foundation of his empire truly began. Not with money, but with courage. Not with security, but with belief. Belief that his life was meant for more than just a normal existence. Leaving comfort was painful, but staying ordinary would have been even more painful. And so the journey continued. From a curious boy to a determined risk-taker, walking towards a future no one else could yet see.
Chapter 4: The First Wins, Zip2 and PayPal. This was the phase when Elon Musk got his first real taste of success. But even here, his story was not normal. It did not come from luxury or support. It came from struggle, risk, and uncomfortable hard work. Elon co-founded his first company, Zip2, a software that helped newspapers move their business online. In those days, the internet was still new, and many people did not even believe in its future. But Elon saw what others could not see. He slept in the office, he worked day and night, sometimes he could not even afford proper rent, but he kept building. Finally, Zip2 became successful and was sold for millions. For most people, this would be the finish line, a moment to relax, a moment to enjoy life. But for Elon, this was just the beginning. Instead of slowing down, he became more intense. He then moved on to create what later became PayPal, a digital payment system that changed how the world handles money. Again, critics doubted. Again, challenges came. But Elon pushed through. PayPal revolutionized online transactions and was later sold for even more massive success. Now Elon was rich, very rich. He could have lived a peaceful life, big houses, luxury cars, no stress, no pressure. But that is not who he was. For him, money was not an end. It was fuel. This is where the core truth becomes clear. Success did not make him comfortable. It made him more dangerous, more ambitious, more fearless, more obsessed with changing the world. While others would have retired, Elon started dreaming of rockets, electric cars, and saving humanity's future. He looked at his bank balance and saw not pleasure, but possibility. He did not ask, "How can I enjoy this money?" He asked, "How can I use this to bend the future?" This was the moment when Elon Musk officially stepped away from being just a successful entrepreneur and started becoming something else entirely, a man with a mission far beyond money. Success was not his destination, it was his weapon. And now, with resources and courage combined, he was ready to take the biggest risks of his life.
Chapter 4: The First Wins, Zip2 and PayPal. This was the phase when Elon Musk got his first real taste of success. But even here, his story was not normal. It did not come from luxury or support. It came from struggle, risk, and uncomfortable hard work. Elon co-founded his first company, Zip2, a software that helped newspapers move their business online. In those days, the internet was still new, and many people did not even believe in its future. But Elon saw what others could not see. He slept in the office, he worked day and night, sometimes he could not even afford proper rent, but he kept building. Finally, Zip2 became successful and was sold for millions. For most people, this would be the finish line, a moment to relax, a moment to enjoy life. But for Elon, this was just the beginning. Instead of slowing down, he became more intense. He then moved on to create what later became PayPal, a digital payment system that changed how the world handles money. Again, critics doubted.
Again, challenges came, but Elon pushed through. PayPal revolutionized online transactions and was later sold for even more massive success. Now Elon was rich, very rich. He could have lived a peaceful life, big houses, luxury cars, no stress, no pressure. But that is not who he was. For him, money was not an end, it was fuel. This is where the core truth becomes clear. Success did not make him comfortable. It made him more dangerous, more ambitious, more fearless, more obsessed with changing the world. While others would have retired, Elon started dreaming of rockets, electric cars, and saving humanity's future. He looked at his bank balance and saw not pleasure, but possibility. He did not ask, "How can I enjoy this money?" He asked, "How can I use this to bend the future?" This was the moment when Elon Musk officially stepped away from being just a successful entrepreneur and started becoming something else entirely, a man with a mission far beyond money. Success was not his destination, it was his weapon. And now, with resources and courage combined, he was ready to take the biggest risks of his life.
Chapter 5. The crazy idea called SpaceX. To the world, it sounded like madness. A young internet millionaire saying he wanted to build rockets and go to Mars? People laughed. Experts shook their heads. Even close friends thought he had lost his mind. But Elon Musk wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was trying to change the future of humanity. He believed one dangerous truth. If humans stay on one planet, we risk extinction. So he created SpaceX, not as a business, but as a mission to make life multiplanetary. He invested almost all his own money into the company. There were no guarantees, only risk. Then reality hit hard. Rocket after rocket failed. Explosions on live TV, media mockery, critics calling him a delusional dreamer. His money was running out. SpaceX was on the edge of collapse. So was Tesla. One more failure and everything would be over. But Elon refused to quit. On the fourth launch attempt, when everyone expected another disaster, the rocket finally worked. SpaceX survived, and history changed. What the world called crazy became revolutionary. What they called impossible became inevitable. Lesson: the people who change the world are not the ones who play safe. They are the ones who risk being laughed at to build the future.
Chapter 6. Tesla reinventing the car industry. The world was addicted to petrol. Gasoline cars ruled the roads. Electric vehicles were seen as slow, boring, and unrealistic. But Elon Musk saw the future differently. He believed the world had to move away from fossil fuels. Not someday, now. Tesla was not just a car company to him. It was a mission to prove that electric cars could be powerful, beautiful, and better than traditional vehicles. The problem? Almost no one believed it would work. The traditional car industry resisted fiercely. Investors doubted. Analysts predicted failure. Production problems piled up. Deadlines were missed. Costs exploded. Tesla was bleeding money. The company stood inches from bankruptcy. At the same time, SpaceX was also struggling. Elon had invested everything he had into both companies. His fortune, his reputation, his peace of mind, all on the line. He slept in factories, worked 100-hour weeks, personally solved engineering problems, pushed teams to their limits. This was not ambition. This was survival. Finally, the breakthrough came. Tesla proved electric cars could outperform fuel cars. They were faster, cleaner, smarter. The impossible became undeniable, and the car industry had no choice but to follow. Core message: Elon didn't bet on comfort. He bet on the future, even when it meant losing everything.
Chapter 7. The Breaking Point. 2008 Crisis. 2008 became the darkest chapter of Elon Musk's life. At the same time, both SpaceX and Tesla were on the verge of collapse. Two dreams, two massive risks, two sinking ships. SpaceX had already failed 3 rocket launches. Millions of dollars had burned in fire and smoke. Engineers were exhausted. Investors had lost faith. One more failure would mean the end of the company. Tesla was no better. Production problems, rising costs, and a global financial crisis had pushed it to the edge. Customers were scared. Investors were retreating. The company could not even afford basic operations. Elon was fighting on all fronts. Professionally, everything was breaking. Personally, his life was falling apart too. Divorce, isolation, extreme pressure, and endless 20-hour workdays crushed him. There was no money left, no safety net, no powerful ally. Just belief. He poured the last of his personal fortune into keeping both companies alive. Friends warned him, advisors begged him to walk away. Logic said, quit. But Elon chose faith over fear. He refused to let go. This was not about profit anymore. This was about purpose. The world watched quietly, waiting for him to fail. It would have been normal to stop. It would have been reasonable to surrender. But Elon Musk does not live by normal rules. He stood at the edge and chose to jump forward, not back. This was the moment where most people would quit. He stayed. And that decision would change the future of space and transportation forever. Core message: when everything collapses, belief becomes your only fuel. And sometimes, that is enough to rewrite history.
Chapter 8. The Comeback Story. After the darkest night, finally came the first ray of light. When everyone had already declared Elon Musk finished, something unbelievable happened. SpaceX prepared for one last launch. This was not just another test. This was the final chance. If this failed, the company would shut forever. Silence, tension, fear. Then, success! The rocket lifted off perfectly. It did not explode. It did not fail. It reached space. For the first time, SpaceX proved it could do what experts said was impossible. The world had to look again. And this time, with respect. Soon after, NASA gave SpaceX a massive contract to supply the International Space Station. From a mocked startup to a trusted space partner of the U.S. government, Elon had done the unthinkable. At the same time, Tesla also started rising. The Tesla Model S launched and shocked the car industry. An electric car that was fast, beautiful, powerful, and premium. Not boring, not weak, not cheap-looking. People loved it. Critics changed their tone. Investors returned. The same companies that were once laughed at had now become symbols of the future. Elon proved one powerful truth. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in the vision long enough. Failure did not defeat him. Pressure did not break him. Doubt did not stop him. He turned pain into progress. He turned criticism into confidence.
he turned almost death into global success. This was not luck. This was the reward of persistence. Vision plus patience plus relentless action equaled comeback. Core message. When the world doubts you the most, that is the best time to prove them wrong. Every great comeback is built on moments no one saw and pain no one understood.
Chapter 9. Work Ethic That Scares People. Elon Musk does not believe in balance. He believes in mission. While normal people work 8 to 10 hours, Elon often worked 80 to 100 hours a week, sometimes even more. He slept inside the factory. He ate while checking designs. He lived inside his work. For Elon, this was not punishment. This was purpose. He believed one simple truth. If you want results that are not normal, you cannot live a life that is normal. He pushed himself harder than anyone, and he expected the same from his team. That is why many people felt scared, pressured, and exhausted around him. His standards were extreme. His timelines were impossible. His expectations were brutal. But behind this intensity was a clear philosophy. Elon clearly said, average effort creates average life. He did not want average companies. He did not want average impact. He did not want an average future for humanity. He wanted revolution. So he chose sacrifice. No luxury lifestyle, no comfort-driven schedule, no slow mornings. Only focus, only execution, only progress. For him, success was not about feeling good. It was about doing what must be done, again and again, even when the body is tired and the mind is screaming. Elon shows us something uncomfortable but powerful. Greatness demands obsession. Vision demands discipline. And mission demands sacrifice. He proves that behind every extraordinary achievement, there's an extraordinary level of work that most people are not willing to do. While others searched for shortcuts, he chose the hard road. While others rested, he refined. While others complained, he built. This is why people don't just call him a genius. They call him relentless. Because he does not work for comfort. He works for the future. Core message. If your effort is normal, your results will also be normal. If you want to change the world, you must outwork your excuses.
Chapter 10. The Vision Beyond Earth. For Elon Musk, success was never just about money, cars, or rockets. His real dream was much bigger than Earth itself. He started talking about Mars when the whole world thought it was madness. While people were focused on today's problems, Elon was thinking 100 years ahead. He believes that if humanity stays on only one planet, we are always at risk. One disaster, one global crisis, one extinction-level event can wipe us out. That is why he wants humans to become a multi-planetary species, not for fame, not for history books, but for survival. Elon imagines cities on Mars where humans can live, grow food, build homes, and start new life. He believes Earth is our birthplace, but not our final destination. This vision is not comfortable. It is expensive, dangerous, and full of unknown risks. But in his mind, the future of humanity depends on bold thinking. He does not ask, "Is this easy?" He asks, "Is this necessary?" And for him, the answer is yes. He sees space as the next step of evolution. Just like our ancestors moved from caves to cities, Elon believes humans will move from Earth to the stars. People call him unrealistic, but he calls it responsibility. He is not building rockets for entertainment.
He is building hope for generations not yet born. This chapter shows his deepest belief, that humanity must look beyond the sky, beyond the limits of today, and prepare for a future that most people cannot even imagine. Core message: small minds focus on today. Visionary minds build for centuries. Elon Musk chose the future, even when the present laughed at him.
Chapter 11: Controversy, Criticism, and Chaos. With great vision comes great controversy, and Elon Musk has never escaped the storm. His life is not only full of success stories, but also constant drama, criticism, and public debates. He speaks openly, tweets without filters, and says what he truly thinks, even when the world is watching. Some people love this honesty. Others call it dangerous. His unfiltered personality has created many problems, from stock market chaos to angry headlines. Every move he makes becomes breaking news. Elon is not the type to play safe or behave like a polished corporate leader. He breaks rules, challenges authority, and refuses to follow traditional behavior. This makes him powerful for his followers and problematic for his critics. Some see him as a genius, changing the world. Others see him as reckless and unpredictable. He lives between praise and backlash, admiration and hate, success and scandal. Being different has a cost. Every bold decision, every risky statement, every unusual action brings more pressure. He is judged not just as a businessman, but as a public figure whose words move markets and emotions. But Elon does not try to please everyone. He accepts that being unique means being misunderstood. He knows that when you walk a different path, you will be criticized by those who don't understand your destination. This chapter shows the dark side of greatness, the loneliness, the constant spotlight, the emotional weight of being watched and judged. Yet through all this chaos, Elon continues to move forward. He does not slow down for comfort or approval. He chooses vision over validation.
Chapter 12: The Legacy of a Relentless Mind. Elon Musk's story is not just about becoming rich. It is about changing how the world thinks. His true legacy is not counted in billions of dollars, but in bold ideas, broken limits, and the courage to challenge the impossible. He showed the world that one human mind, when driven by vision and discipline, can push entire industries forward. Electric cars were once a joke. Reusable rockets were called fantasy. Mars missions were seen as science fiction. Today, all of these are real because one man refused to accept impossible as the final answer. His greatest impact will be felt by future generations, children who grow up believing that space is reachable, engineers who dare to build solutions instead of excuses, dreamers who learn that failure is not the end but part of the path. Elon has redefined what is possible by thinking without limits. He doesn't live inside fear, tradition, or comfort. He lives inside questions like, why not? And what if? This chapter is not just about Elon Musk. It is about the mindset he represents, a mindset that says you are not here just to survive, pay bills, and grow old. You are here to build, explore, innovate, and expand the boundaries of human potential. His life teaches one powerful lesson: the world changes when someone refuses to think small. Elon's relentless mind reminds us that progress is not made by those who follow the path, but by those who create it. He did not wait for permission. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He simply decided that the future must be better, and then he worked until it became real. Core message: money fades, fame changes, but impact lives forever.
A limitless mind creates a limitless future. Elon Musk's life is not a story of comfort, luck, or easy success. It is a story of risk, obsession, and relentless pursuit of impossible goals. While most people play it safe, Elon embraced uncertainty. While most people waited for the perfect moment, he created it. While most people feared failure, he used it as fuel to move faster, dream bigger, and act harder. His journey teaches one powerful truth. The future does not belong to those who follow the rules or stay inside comfort zones. The future belongs to the brave, the relentless, the people willing to challenge the limits of possibility. You don't have to be Elon Musk. You don't need to build rockets or electric cars, but you must think like someone who refuses to live small. You must be willing to take risks. You must be willing to work harder than anyone else. You must be willing to sacrifice comfort today for extraordinary results tomorrow. Dream dangerously, work obsessively, and never apologize for your ambition, because the world rewards courage, persistence, and vision. And if you can combine all three, you can create a future that others only imagine. The future is not for the cautious. It is for the bold, the brave, and the relentless.